Man, that was a heartbreaker. Though I predicted France to win this one, I really wanted to see Luke in the finals and to see them just off by 1 point. Oh man, he was so close and he's done so much for Slovenia. And man, I'm ready to break down this game with you guys. Let's get right into it. Welcome to Speak True Sports. My name is Sparsh, and today we're going to be covering the Slovenia and France semifinal matchup that happened this morning at around 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And what I'll also be doing later at the end of this video, I'll be providing a prediction for the gold medal matchup between the USA and France, and the bronze medal matchup between Slovenia and Australia. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, and make sure to follow our socials, which are mentioned at the end of the video. Now, let's get started, and we're going to start with just by looking at the box score, but let's just look at the quarter by quarter play. So this game was really close. The leads were kept on changing, and if we look at the first quarter, Slovenia starts off pretty hot offensively. Same with France as well. This was a good scoring quarter by them, 29-27 in favor of Spain. Now the defense starts to pick up in the second quarter, where both teams score 15. Now this is where things start to pick up a bit in the third quarter in favor of France. They win that quarter by 8 points, 29-21. So Slovenia is in that deficit now, and then they go on that run in the fourth quarter, 24-19, but it is just not enough. And we'll talk about the late end of game plays in a bit as well. Anyways, let's just sort of look at the key performers for this game tonight. So some key performers for France: Evan Fournier and Nando De Colo, 23 and 25 points respectively. Evan Fournier and Nando De Colo were the tandem that were scoring a lot for Team France, both of them taking at least 16 shots and shooting roughly 50%. Great offensive output from those two. They also shot very well from three, and both of them also made their free throws as well. Rudy Gobert, he took advantage of the FIBA rules, and he was able to get 16 rebounds for France. That is an amazing stat line by him. Even though he only got 9 points, his impact in the paint definitely was there. And then, Luau Cabarro from Brooklyn, man dropped 15 points off the bench and 6 for 10 shooting. Again, this is great bench performance by him, as the other guys didn't really contribute too much other than Hurdle, who got 6 points off the bench, right? And then Nicholas Batum. Though he shot poorly, Nicholas Batum was great defensively. He's one of those guys that can definitely light it up from the three. Though he didn't really shoot that great tonight, he had that one amazing defensive play right at the end to block that layup and seal the game for France and help them go into the finals. Now, just look at their team stats. France played pretty well this game, though they didn't shoot as great from the field goal as they normally do, 41.3%. That's still all right. That's acceptable. 3-point though, this is where it was better, 48.0% from three. Again, that's from Fournier and Nando De Colo, and they did really well at the free throw line, 16 for 19. They were able to draw lots of fouls and also sink lots of them, which is definitely in their favor, especially in a low-scoring game like this as well, right? And don't forget, the FIBA game, each quarter is 10 minutes, right? So there's less time for these players to really get into it if they are, out of it. And this is where the defense really has a big impact, right? Now, if we look at Slovenia, this was sort of a different style of game that we saw. If you saw my previous video when I was talking about the quarterfinals matchup, you saw Zoran Dragic. He was doing well, but he had some unfortunate troubles. He left the game a bit later, 11 minutes only, right? So he only got 1 point in that game. So that was definitely a big loss for Slovenia. And then Toby from Slovenia, he dropped 23 points on 10 for 14 shooting. Absolutely amazing performance by him. Blazic with 6 for 15 shooting. See, it's not really that great of a shooting considering the volume from him, but he was able to get 14 points, right? That's a good contribution enough. And then also that Prepelic with 17 points from 6 for 12 shooting. Again, that's pretty good by him. But the main guy, Luka Doncic, just wasn't really able to get it there tonight. Luka Doncic shot for 5 for 18, and he shot 2 for 9 from the three-pointer. He likes to take those shots, right? He likes to take a lot of those shots, try it out, but unfortunately that wasn't it for him. While he wasn't really able to get it offensively in terms of like the scoring, Luka Doncic was able to help a lot in the rebounding and assist end. So he got 10 rebounds, right? He was able to use that size well. He got 18 assists. That is nothing to sneeze at. Luka Doncic is one of the finest ball passers in the NBA and even in the EuroLeague as well. Don't forget, he's a EuroLeague MVP at 16, right? He knows the system pretty well. He knows these players very well. He knows how to distribute the ball very well. And he gets that triple-double, right? This is the third triple-double, I believe, in Olympics history. See, the problem with Luka Doncic, he hurt his wrist, and that is also why his shooting was off as well. A lot of people were sort of questioning why he made the pass at the very last minute before it got blocked by Batum. But then again, would he have been able to make that shot considering he was shooting 2 for 9 from 3 anyways? Would he have been able to drive his body and create a mid-range shot? Again, his wrist was also in a lot of pain, right? We're not sure if that injury will be feeling better by that bronze medal matchup game. We'll just see. But that's really unfortunate that it happened to him in this game. Again, absolutely amazing performance from him, considering where he's brought this team to. Another player I forgot to mention, Kantar, he also got 9 rebounds as well. Great paint presence for Slovenia. But again, just not enough for France. France is one of the better teams in this Olympic tournament. Probably the second best team behind Team USA. And they're honestly probably one of the best defensive teams in this league, right? Especially with Gobert and Batum. And with that FIBA style play, being able to, tap the ball once it bounces off the rim, right? Those rules are really in favor of the international players a lot more, especially because the NBA players are not really used to it. And they don't really play with that sort of same aggression, right? When I think about this game, I'm sad that Luka was not able to make it to the finals. But to consider that before this point, he was 17-0 when playing for Slovenia, like their national team. And to consider that not he, but the team was not able to qualify for the previous Olympics, and after he comes, then he drops a 30-point triple-double in the qualifier and gets them to the Olympics. This is one heck of an amazing run. And if Luka Doncic manages to get that bronze medal against Team Australia, this will definitely propel him up in the player rankings in the NBA as he enters that next year. And again, he's only 22 years old, and he's doing amazing things, putting this team on his back. This is an amazing run. Would have loved to see him compete against USA in the finals, but unfortunately, it is not this time. But I'm hoping that this happens in the future. Anyways, so now that I've sort of covered the game, let's just sort of talk about our predictions for the finals matchup. So the gold medal match between USA and France, and then the bronze medal matchup between Australia and Slovenia. Since we're already talking about Slovenia, we might as well just talk about their bronze medal matchup with Australia. So my predictions for this one, I think that Australia will be able to get the bronze over Slovenia, mostly because, one, I'm not sure how Luka Doncic's condition will be. Zoran Dragic, he also didn't really have much playing time as well. We'll see what that's like later on. He's one of the other guys that can really light it up offensively. And see, that's the thing, right? The Slovenia team, it's a bit more top heavy, right? It's a bit more reliant on Luka compared to Australia, right? I mean, yes, Australia does rely on Patty Mills, but they also have other shooters, Joe Ingles, and then they also have Clay, and then they also have other great defenders, Dellavedova, Thibault, right? They're definitely a much more balanced team. And with Slovenia, they're more top heavy and more sort of focused around Luka, just focused around one guy. So if he's not really playing well, it's really hard to get that win, right? So my prediction is that Australia will win this one. I believe this will be a single-digit win. I will believe that Luka will just find some way to will himself through. He's had multiple times where he's played through injuries, but I'm not sure how he's going to do it this time. I believe he's going to be more, facilitating the offense instead of taking some shots. Hopefully so, because I'm not sure how that risk will be. I don't want him to, shoot a high volume but at a low efficiency. I want him to get his other teammates involved. That's what he is honestly better known for. And I believe he will be able to do that. But, with that wrist, I'm just not sure if he's going to be able to help the team get the bronze in this one. I'm not sure. Again, we'll see what the injury's like. I hope I am wrong, but I'm predicting Australia to win the bronze. Now for the finals. Finals is going to be a really interesting matchup because Team USA and France played in the Pool A matchup, and in that game, USA lost after blowing a really big lead to France. Right? France, I believe, went on like a 16-0 run or something like that in the fourth quarter, and in that Evan Fournier 3 sealed the game. Again, this was sort of more when the USA was really struggling, and yes, they are still struggling now. They were down by 10 against Spain, and they were down by 15 against Australia last night. But to see Kevin Durant be able to light it up, be able to really turn the notch up at the highest stage when it really matters, I believe that the USA will definitely be able to build off of his offensive firepower, and I believe the other guys will definitely be able to get off their shooting woes. I'm hoping Dame Lillard will be able to also get over that as well. The thing was, in that last game, one key point I forgot to mention was that he got benched in the second half. That Australian defense was really cooking him, and Pop did a good decision to actually bench him in the second half, because that's when the USA team was really able to capitalize on that 20-0 run to turn that 15-point deficit into a 5-point lead in the third quarter, right? Now, I say that the Slovenian team is more sort of top heavy, focused on Luka, and then I say that USA will win because, Kevin Durant, they should focus more the offense around him. So it sounds like I'm saying the USA should also be top heavy as well. But the thing is, like with USA, at least we have other guys that are for sure guaranteed bucket getters. Chris Middleton, he can definitely get it from the mid-range. Drew Holiday, he can also get those key steals and make those plays in the transition. He's a really great defensive on-ball guard. And then, you also have other guys, Zach LaVine, Jason Tatum. They've been starting to get their strides back in. Devin Booker, he's also been one of the shot getters in this playoff tournament. Amazing to see him play, right? And I definitely believe Kevin Durant and Team USA will definitely get this win over France. But I do believe this win will also be in single digits as well. I think this is going to be a really close game because France is definitely one of the better defensive teams. Rudy Gobert, like I said earlier, really taking advantage of the paint and the FIBA rules where, you're able to just sort of tap the ball after it hits the rim. And you also got Nicholas Batum as well. He's a great defender, from the three. He stretched the floor defensively. So, Rudy Gobert, he won't really have to rely on going from the paint and stretching it out. And he won't really get tired so easily, right? You got that other backup defender in him. And France, they also have some other bucket getters too, right? Evan Fournier, Nando De Colo. Nicholas Batum can also get pretty hot as well. Rudy Gobert, if they feed him in the paint, that is something that the USA should watch out for because they're not really great in the paint. Though they did great against Australia, they've had a lot of inconsistencies in the paint during the exhibition and some of the pool play, again, which is why they got JaVale McGee and Keldon Johnson. But anyways, that's what I'm expecting for tomorrow and the later matchup. What do you guys think? Make sure to leave your likes, your thoughts, and in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and make sure to press the bell for push notifications. This way you're always up to date with our content, and this also makes it easier for us, so we know that you guys are enjoying our content and we become even more eager to upload content for you guys as well. Make sure to also follow our socials. They're mentioned at the end of the video. And please, take it easy, stay safe, stay awesome. This is Sparsh from Speak True Sports, and I'm signing out. I'll see you later.